We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. That's a start they can live with. 15 yards on their first play from scrimmage. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. And they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The Saints at 5-7 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
On third down, McCain. And that will be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Starting the drive with Algier. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. The tackle there by the safety, Xavier McKinney. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays that we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. We're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. give to Elliott running left. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Working the middle here, that's complete to Everett, the tight end. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Cade York on now for the field goal. This will be a 34-yard attempt. York able to send this one through, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the interception set him up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down. They go play action here, Purdy. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Out to his left. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down. And things got a little dicey there as soon as he exited the pocket out to the left.
And he ends up throwing it for no yardage gain. I don't know about you, but my high school coach, John Ford, if he saw a ball in the air and you got no yards out of it, he would have had a stroke, okay? Because his opinion, that ball shouldn't be in the air unless something good was going to happen. Tuck it away, try and pick up something, or just slide and get down.
Nothing good happened there, that's for sure. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Back to throw, Purdy. And that is incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well. And every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he'll find Everett there, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-3. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. To throw on second and 10. Purdy toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it.
Purdy now to throw off the play action. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
Purdy will look to throw again here. This will be complete to Mechie. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their... Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having balls.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Purdy now to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to go down again. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that'll bring them back within 4. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Jordan Stout now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Purdy's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Purdy. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. That's complete out left to Ayuk. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half. Now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down. McCain. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
You talk about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On 1st and 10, McCain. They'll get this out to Kamara. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Off play action. McCain, he's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Everyone's eyes go to him when he nears the end zone, and that includes the coverage, who took away the easy throwing lanes and forced a high throw.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 23. Again, he'll drop to throw. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Back to throw again. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead. Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And some space here. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. McCain. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Purdy off the play fake. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Play action. Now Purdy. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Ayuk bringing it in on the crossing route here. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Throwing again on 2nd down. Purdy, and that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Purdy. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that will tie things at 20 all. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown. So every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Off the play fake, McCain. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. 54 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McCain. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
28-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through,
and they have regained the lead. It's his 3rd field goal now in the ball game, and they needed his leg. This last one gives him the lead.
It's been a back-and-forth kind of a game, hasn't it? Now you got to tell your defense, guys, need you to make this stand up because we got the momentum going in the right direction, but we need you to make sure we carry it home.
and they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu, and the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
On 1st down, McCain. They'll find Everett there, complete. And some room to maneuver.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Touchdown, Saints! Gerald Everett, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by York is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
From the 22, Purdy. And my goodness, another interception. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Toss left to Elliott. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. McCain. And that is incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Purdy's throw completed to Mechie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Give to Algier from the shotgun. Runs over him. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still...
And now here's another interception. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Elliott will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And Hill will opt for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big. After this, it figures to be a quiet trip home. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Purdy, big 4th down play. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Now Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. That one's a milestone. Touchdown number 150 for his great career. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants him to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
Jaron Kearse in on the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw on 2nd and 6. Purdy. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
This has been a rough one to put it mildly for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's got a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Shotgun now with Purdy. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. On 4th down, here's Purdy. And my goodness, another interception. And the Saints are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And this will wind up as Saints first down as good running gets them to about the 44.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's 2nd down.